Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I decided to come up to my office and do some card pulls. These were the ones I was drawn to. Mushroom Folk Oracle, The Citadel, a Fantasy Oracle, Endless Soul Money, Guide You on Your Life's Journey, and then Memento Mori. So I am going to start at the top. I know I've used these cards before. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous ones. I think they're just so cute because honestly, you could, like if you're traveling and you didn't have a lot of space, it's 36 cards within this deck. And you could definitely take these with you and use them daily. Sometimes I have them downstairs, but they're moon oracles, and they are what I would consider like motivational quotes, or yeah, I think it's just motivational quotes. So anyways, I digress. But I like to pull those in the morning so that I kind of, sometimes I like to pull them because what I'm feeling, I'm a visual person as well. So I like to see that what I'm feeling, I physically see it in a card just so I know that I'm like on the right track. Or, I mean, I know you're always on the right track, but you know how it is. Because, I mean, I can sit here and I can tell all of you everything that I get from these cards. But everybody does know that when it comes down to you, and sometimes even your family members, you're not always able to pull stuff for them. So, anywho, back to these cards. Let's see what they want to what they want to speak out about today. So I'm only going to do one because sometimes with these smaller cards, I pull from both sides, and it kind of helps shift them up. I like that. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but so it's been very stormy and rainy here. So one thing that I found very odd is that every place we've ever lived, and I'm not exaggerating, either within like a year, which is usually when we were active duty, we normally would find out our next duty station like a year out. Sometimes it was 6 months, but we were already like pre-anticipating some of the places that we could go. Or once we got there, every place they have had like almost catastrophic, like 100-year floods. And so here we're living now in San Antonio. The last week they've been having like torrential rain, like all around. A tornado touched down So my husband was talking with some of his coworkers about, is this normal? Because honestly, I don't think that an inch of rain over a course of 24 hours should flood entire areas and they have to close them down. They just don't do a very good job with their drainage system. Anyways, and they're like, yeah, flash floods are very normal here. Like that's like a normal occurrence. And they said, but that tornado, that is not normal. So I feel bad. So, and it was really weird because the morning before, like the day before it happened, I wasn't feeling well. And so that was weird. But I'm only going to draw 2 from them. Let's see what they want to say. Legacy lives on. And that made me think of my grandparents. I had a grandfather. Was he great grandfather? I think he was a great grandfather. Anyways, all I remember of him was him going to visit him like one last time before he passed. And he was sitting on his porch in a flannel shirt and blue jeans, and he had his flannel shirt tucked in, and he had on a brown belt, and he had on what I would have considered back then in the 80s, like logger boots, because there was a lot of logging going on where I grew up. And he had squirrels that would come sit on his lap, go into his pockets, take out peanuts and everything. It was pretty amazing. Okay. Future, past. Okay. So they're going 2 ways with this. There is definitely there's a few people or some of you that are very concerned, or I don't think concern's like the right word. So you're in deep thought of the fact, like you're not going to have anything left behind once you're gone. But because you're thinking about like family, but they're saying that the hearts that you have touched throughout the years, that's your legacy, that's your footprint. Yeah. What about the future past? It's another timeline, they're saying. It's like so some of you can jump doop 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 doop. That's what I'm getting. Doop 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 doop. And it's almost, I can't remember what the movies are called. There's two different movies and they're based off of the same thing. And I did not remember that Gwyneth Paltrow was in this movie, but I was flipping through Netflix trying to find something to watch the other day. So anyway, so it's basically about two parallel time frames that there was one point, of course, where if you chose this, you went that way. And if you chose this, you went this way. And there was another one where this lady, this young girl in college, on one timeline got pregnant and the other one she didn't. So I keep getting these two separate timelines. But when you jump back into this one where I am, like my physical self here, you're jumping, it's like you're jumping back, but when you go into the other one, you're jumping forward, kind of the future. So you're feeling very, very disconnected, and you don't know why. That's why. There is I'm seeing like a blue. They're showing me blue, so I'm gonna say that it's an Arcturian. I think they're blue. They're the ones that are helping you go back and forth, because there's something that you're going to have to. This timeline that we're in right now. You're trying to catch up to the other side, because once you do, they will be there to like help bridge it, to bring it back together so that you're in sync. So just think about it this way. When you're manifesting and you are seeing like small parts of that manifestation coming true, but not enough to be like, yes, I have done it. We are finally here. Like, good. So they're saying that this reality is trying to catch up to the other reality. And the reason why they keep bringing you over here is to keep your motivation going, because sometimes some of us need that extra pull, they're saying. And because some of you have asked for some help with this, and they've answered. So I want you to know that they've answered your request for some help. Okay. Let's go to, I'm going to hold off on that one and that one. Let's do the mushroom. These cards are just absolutely, they're just like so whimsical and so adorable. It definitely reminds me of what like the whole Fae looks like. So here's the book cover. I mean, how adorable is that, right? The artist is just a beautiful artist. And, oh yeah, I forgot. I pulled these a while ago. And I forgot I left them in here. Hold on, because I do have to write these down, because I forgot to write them down in my book so I can go back. I do that a lot. where I'll pull cards and then life will happen and I will not be able to read on them myself. I do pull cards for myself, but usually mine just reinforce what's going on currently in my life. But I can say the one nice part is that I have not pulled cards for myself lately that told me that, hey girl, you gotta work on your shadow. Because I'll be honest with you, that I need a little bit of break from that. Everybody does, but you know how that goes. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you something really quick before I pull from this. So this is one of the jars that I use. There's like I have green, pink, and kind of a beigey gray that I choose from. And this one I started while we were here, got here. So it has, let's see. So that's the type of stuff that I make. Some of it, I use a pestle and mortar, and mix stuff, grind it down, make sure it all blends together. So that's like one of the ways that I can send mineral salts. If there were specifically, let's say that you wanted specific types of herbs or a situation, like there's herbs that you can pull from, put them all together. I would use something like that so that you could pull from it easily just by using your own, if you had like a baby teaspoon at home. So anyways, so yeah, that's it. Okay, here we go. These cards are still like so new that half of them stick together. So let's see if I can make them dance a little more. See? Woo! Oh, mama. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you want to come out. And you. Okay. So the first one is 6, Horn of Plenty. Let's see. Those ones are big. So if you look at the card, isn't it just so adorable? And when I look at this, what I see, the 3 horns, and I'm getting the goddess Hecate from Greek mythology, especially because we just had the new moon, and that's her moon. She's one of the goddesses that you can call upon during the new moon. But anyways, that's what I'm getting from that. Okay. The other one, 39, Mushroom Merchant. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Almost, look at, it's a little puppy. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And those other mushrooms, I'm sure there's some people in here that understand and know mushrooms by the way they look. I can tell you the only ones I do not know are those red ones, but they look like strawberries, and darn, they look delicious. Whew. Okay. So, before I look at this book, I'm going to look at what I can get from this. Gifting is what I'm getting. Gifting. So, you are, either you actually are physically gifting somebody something. I mean, I know it's pretty easy and overly generalized when people say, oh, you're giving somebody a birthday gift or an anniversary gift, because that's like easy. To me, that's like an easy hit. But this is gifting something that is, because I see the mushrooms. So if you see the mushrooms in here, they're specifically like little mushrooms that she obviously has been going around and grabbing. I see more of a personalized gift that means it's extremely sentimental to the person that you're giving this to. And if you don't know what to get them, what they're saying is your own intuition will help guide you for this specific person. I'm seeing like color. It's almost like a very dark midnight blue. So I don't know if that has anything to do with that, but let's see. Okay. And see what these cards represent in this. 666. Okay, so this is pretty cool that I do really, really like about this book. The author, the author Sharon McLeod. So I'm going to show it to you. So the book is like so, right? And then there's an affirmation, then there's meaning, then there's a description, there's key themes, and then symbols. So when it comes down to, I can't see it because it's stinking light, but, and then there's like, so it's like crystals and it's pretty cool. So, all right, so let's get into it, shall we? Okay, 6, Horn of Plenty, your affirmation. My life is a celebration. I welcome all that is aligned with my joyous life plan. Meaning, the Fae are making a toast with their mushroom cups, celebrating the gifts and rewards coming your way. Calling you to let your hair down. Prepare yourself for joyous occasions, new friendships and celebrations. Something you have been working on for a long time has come to completion, or a triumph has been reached, and you are at the turning point. Before you go any further, celebrate this victory. Express yourself, connect with friends, and enjoy social occasions. Dance, laugh, twirl, and let yourself go. Say yes to any invitation. Opportunities to celebrate life. Accept the invitations or throw your own party. Let your hair down. Recalibrate your experience of life through the eyes of fun. New bonds will be made and much laughter and joy will be experienced. This card is a recognition of all you do for others. You give straight from the heart and are appreciated for doing so. Yes, you are on the right path, and people around you acknowledge your positive actions in giving nature. Raise your goblet and clink it with the horn of plenty, Fay. This is a toast to you. Bless. Now, the description behind the folklore, in folklore, these mushrooms were thought to result from deceased humans who existed underground playing the trumpet. It is also known as the black trumpet, black chanterelle, and trumpet of the dead. They can be found hiding in leaf litter or in clusters near beech trees. A strong tasting mushroom with a smoky flavor, the horn of plenty is highly nutritious. The key themes: new friends and good times, finishing a project, celebration, beginning a new fresh cycle. Symbols: cups, emotion, love, depth, goblets, exquisite containers of emotions and energy, holding, joy, and celebration. Wine, which is like wine, not like wine. Share happiness, ritual, salutations. The crystal for this, if you feel drawn to this reading, you could carry this. If you have this crystal in your collection, you could carry it with you. Turquoise, a gorgeous stone for promoting tranquility. I used to have a speech impediment, so sorry. Every once in a while I forget, my mouth forgets to pronounce an R correctly. Tranquility, good fortune, creativity, balance, and loyalty. So that is the horn of plenty. Very cute. I like it. It does look like it would have like a really strong mushroom flavor, like a musty flavor. Okay, 39. Mushroom Merchant. Let's see. Like I said, these cards are, this is a very fun book. I actually got this, was during, I want to say there was April or May's gift box from the Witch's Moon that I have been a member of for some time. Let's see. Shout out to Witch's Moon, by the way. They're out of Arizona. Spores. Okay. That's funny looking. Okay. One more. I was like, that doesn't look like her. Okay, here we go. Mushroom Merchant. Affirmation. I believe in myself and my abilities. Meaning, ideas you have mused over for a while or passions you have mastered well enough to share with the world are bubbling to the surface. A business idea based on your existing knowledge and skills may be brewing and ready to boil. The Mushroom Merchant encourages you to start with the small steps, such as making a few phone calls or researching the venture you have in mind. You do not need a lot of money to begin a business. With baby steps, vision, and fortitude, things will naturally compound, and before you know it, expansion will occur. If you are struggling with the cost of living or finding your way financially, the mushroom merchant asks you to consider what you can exchange instead of money. There may be something you can offer that can help you live comfortably while building your dreams. Services like baking, cleaning, or maintenance can be traded, but remember your value to avoid feeling unbalanced. Solutions to financial issues come through a flash of inspiration or from outside. This gives you a chance to start fresh, learning valuable lessons that will assist you in the future. If you don't resonate with or dread going to your job, the mushroom merchant inspires you to muster the courage to leave. Start planning by looking for different ways to make a living or find another place or company to work for. This card signals a positive change. Gifts from nature, a feather, or a beautiful stone are signs that you are on the right path. So the description. The mushroom merchant and her furry companion are set up to sell their wares. They work smart and hard to deliver delicious treats from the forest to the market. There will be a buzz around the stand with new shared treasures found and silver exchanged. It's always exciting when the mushroom merchant comes to town. Everyone appreciates how much time, skill, and knowledge goes into sourcing her precious delicacies. So the key theme: enterprise, entrepreneurship, ideas, starting small and building up slowly, starting out in a new career. Symbols: animal companion, loyal, protection, support. So here is the crystal that you can carry around on top of the turquoise one, by the way. You don't have to pick one or the other. Tiger's eye. Carry the stone to see things more clearly, find solutions, and start a new business. So, like I said, this book is amazing. I think that with some of the individuals that I know that are already subscribed, I know that will absolutely 100% resonate with them. And I hope that it gives you a little bit more comfort in your situation. The Citadel. Oh, I forget that it does that. These are really cool looking cards too. So it comes in this box, but it flips at the bottom. Like you can take it out, but it's not like your normal one. Let's see. So that goes like this, but it's very, very unique. So you have to be careful when you can't, if you set it up straight like that and you go to pull a card, you have to, I forgot about that. Anyways, so that's what the Citadel looks like. And these cards are pretty cool. That's their shape. Oh, that's kind of close. That's kind of ridiculous. Boom. As above, so below. And it has all of the elements on it. It's really nice. I've only used this a few times. It is a very unique deck. And there's like different ways that you can actually pull. They actually give you guidance on the back of different ways you can pull the cards themselves. I know that they usually put them in the front, but so like here's the book. I mean, I kind of wish that it was like a bigger, like one of the larger books that you could read through because it's pretty cool. Your journey through the Citadel. So it goes through this whole story guide, card meanings. It's, yeah. Okay. Let's see what they would like to say. They have to say to you today. I think I rhymed with that. How cool is that? Kind of lame. I know. Okay. Ooh, these all came out so fast. Is that it? Let's see. A few more. Yep. And it exactly is 2. There we go. They always know best. All right. Let's go with. So I'm going to place those 2 up there. The Witch. Experimentation, rebellion. So I'm getting right away with that. I'm getting a lot of gifts that it's not necessarily saying like you're a witch or anything, but what it's more so saying is that there are some individuals around you that won't accept that you have these abilities. They think either you're weird, odd, or you're doing something awful by speaking with the spirits or getting intuitive hits. They think you're just kind of aloof going through life. So the Shepherd, celebration and family. And that's pretty cool. I'm trying to remember what animal that is. It looks like that. I'm trying to remember like going to the zoo. So to me, this is more of a celebration of life instead of like a specific family. It could mean for you, though, that it is family, like a celebration with family. But it's gonna be beautiful. Like it's gonna be nice. So if you're worried about that, don't be. Let's see. The Catalyst, radical changes, taking control. So this connects back to, I looked down at this. So this connects back to taking control of your life, what's going on. It's kind of going back to the future past, these timelines where they're gonna blend together, and so everything will go smooth. It's just that you do have to work at it. It's not one of those where you just say, okay, this is, my quantum field team. This, I'm very specific about this, and then just sit back and don't do anything. That's what they're saying. So you just, when you take, even if it's something small, and you take ownership and control of it. It's one of those where I've always told our kids that, because I found it the best for me during situations where the majority of it, I was not in control of. That you find things in your life that you can control. Because you can't control what other people do. You can't control if, your significant other has to go on a deployment for 10, 11 months, or you have to return home to take care of a family member that needs some help. Those types of things you can't control. But what you can control is your mindset, and how you show up. Those are the simplest things, because sometimes your mindset can, it's kind of that to me, when the way you control your mindset is kind of the same thing as, or it could be, as the hangman's, the way that you see the world. So if you, think about it. Think about like the way that you've had, they're showing me like one person, kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde type of a deal, but not as bad. But basically, one's showing, well, they're both showing a cup and it's half full. So, and one of them are saying like it's half full, the other one's saying it's half empty. I'm a half full person. I'm not going to say I have always been like that, but I have changed the way I view things. So those are the small things that you can do. And when it says in here radical changes, that could actually be something inward for you. So, okay. The miser, stubbornness and inflexibility. So I'm getting a fingerprint, somebody's fingerprint that's been left on you. And if you look really closely, right there, it actually looks kind of like over the heart chakra, it looks like a closed eye. You have to break free. It's showing, I'm getting break free, break free, break free. So there are little blocks and debris. So if you keep working on yourself, you can easily break free from that fingerprint. You can do with the witch, the experimentation, like a cord cutting ceremony, because this is the thing a lot of people don't realize, is that every person you meet, if a friend, like a stronger friendship has developed, you have a cord to them. So you have a cord with all these people. So if you have an individual that has been nothing but painful and disturbing or scary, you can take control and take that control back, do a cord cutting ceremony or ritual, and sever it. It's easy. Okay. the astronomer, discovery, augury. I mean, your third eye is going to open up, like really expand, like to the point where you most likely could be overwhelmed by it. Yeah. Yep. But don't be scared of it. Don't let it, don't allow it to override what you're accomplishing. Because sometimes it can be a very odd feeling, and you will think like something's wrong if it first starts to like really expand. Just breathe through it. Tell your guides, like, they're saying, tell us to do it gently. Remind us to do it gently. You have the ability to stop it at any time, but we really don't want you to. You need this upgrade. You need this expansion. Okay, so let's see what the book has to say. All right. So, the witch. Let's see. I have no idea where any of these cards are in here. It's been a very long time since I've used this deck because they just never, I think they're in order, so or not. I don't know. Oh, I see what they're doing. Ha ha ha. I forgot about that. Okay. So they go off of the element that they belong to. So this is very hard to find these in here, actually. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Okay, but I don't see the... I am actually having a hard time finding this. This is weird. Okay, here we go. Dancer. Painter. Okay, here we go. The witch was all the way at the back of the book. Okay. The scent of a new fruit hangs in the air, bright and refreshing. A pestle grinds in its bowl, a sound of stone on stone, a soothing repetition. Just as the first plants of spring burst forth with cracks between the paving stones, so too does a witch push their boundaries in search of new magics. Knowledge exists only to be expanded upon, reshaped and reformed to a new and exciting purpose. The world is full of old wisdom, but some advice is too outdated for the modern lives we live now. Tradition is a set of guides, not a strict rule book. If you find that you're being held back by how you should approach a situation, break from tradition and forge your own route. Surround yourself with others who think outside the box and embrace a new tradition. So that's that one. It's pretty good. See what I mean? These ones are different. I like them. I like them a lot. So I did find this earlier. Where are you, Shepherd? Here we go. The Shepherd. On a gentle grassy rise just beyond the citadel, white-spotted goats bleat and graze. The sun bathes the hills in warmth. Heavy-headed dallions nod lazily, and all is peaceful. From under a shady tree, the shepherd watches their flock, the bell at the end of their crock ringing out over the slopes. It's a simple life, but the shepherd knows how to celebrate the pleasure of loving and loving well. A is a leader and a parental figure. They ensure that their flock doesn't go astray, no matter the weather or the direction. It is time for you to look to your own relationships, family or otherwise, and reach out to them. Just as a shepherd guides their flock, do not be afraid to take the leading hand where it's needed. Someone needs to step up, and right now, that's you. Okay. That's a serious, you gotta go do this. Let's see. The catalyst. Okay. Oh, here we go. The catalyst. Artifacts lay scattered across the table. A diviner might be able to decipher their meaning, but the catalyst, they are just a frustrating jumble of clutter. I'm sorry, but to the catalyst, they are just a frustrating jumble of clutter. Wherever they go, they seem to be the inciter of change, whether they intend it or not. They have toppled empires and ended the reigns of kings. And though something has always grown from the rumble, they're always left wondering what calamity comes next. Life does not exist in a state of stasis. Stasis? I don't know how to pronounce that. I've never seen that word, so I apologize. And meaningful development only comes with change. To resist it is to resist growth. You must become the catalyst that shakes the very foundations of life. You are the hurricane that blows the cobwebs from the corners. You are the bolt of lightning that topples the tower. You may not know what form this change will take, but change has to happen. Through upheaval, chaos, and destruction, you will be able to start anew. Okay. So really that would be somewhat like a tower moment, I guess. You can look at it that way, but I always see tower moments as a way of breaking free of old habits breaking free of something that was not working, breaking free of a relationship that should no longer exist. That's how I view those. I know not everybody does. They see a tower in their spread and they kind of panic. I mean, I don't blame you, but okay. The miser. Here we go. A store stands open for business, yet no customers wait inside. A figure sits counting their coins, ignoring anyone who approaches them. They should be celebrating their success, but it is easier to hide behind a wall and block out anyone who tries to help. The misers is incapable of realizing they are the cause of their own problems. They justify their unhappiness by blaming others for their own faults, unwilling to work with others for fear of being shunned. Their actions are irrational and indicative of a lack of belief in themselves. Deep inside, there is a miser in all of us. Rather than let yourself become consumed with selfishness and the inability to admit your mistakes, exercise some empathy and put yourself in someone else's shoes. That difficult situation has two sides to it. Look at it from the other side, and you'll find a happy compromise to be made. So with that said, I can say the miser that I'm picking up is not you. It is another individual within your life or has been a part of your life. And they're the ones that need to look at the situation from both sides, and they're not. So, okay. Here we go. The astronomer. Gold instruments wire, a telescope tilts upwards, revealing galaxies impossible distances away. The planets turn, reliable and infinite, unaffected by the frantic lives of men. The astronomer thrives in shadows, for it is the darkest night. I apologize. The astronomer thrives in shadows, for it is the darkest night that shows the brightest of stars. Where others look to books and history for knowledge, an astronomer knows that there are greater powers at work in the world. The constellations tell them what they need to know. You're in a complex situation, and clues on how to navigate it won't come from past experiences. Now is a time to look both beyond and within for answers and to trust your intuition. Let go of material needs and concerns that are holding you back and meditate on what your gut is telling you. Others who are like-minded may be able to guide you. Be open to their perspectives and don't be bound by them. Okay. That could be the whole thing with opening up your third eye. I mean, that would be the easiest way of looking at it, right? Which one? Okay. So, clarifying life situations. So this is Love Career Reading Oracle. This one is very thick, so I have a hard time shuffling these ones. Okay. That's good enough because those are big. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, I can't take that whole bunch. Goofy. Okay, they said just 2. Just 2. All right. On the mend, be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. Getting better. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome improvements, one step at a time. So here's the card. So maybe if you have, like I have a couple heart, hold on. I will leave that right there. Oh, it's going down. I am looking inside my box of crystals. Where are my hearts? So I have a sphere. Oh, there she is. I have my big one is someplace else. I'm kind of concerned now, but so I have a little pink quartz heart. So if you have a little heart, stone or crystal, carry it with you. So I'm being told. I'm setting mine out. Oh, I have to show you this before I start. I got this sphere. Isn't it just gorgeous? Okay. I got it a while ago. Okay. So on the mend. So throughout all of this progress and everything that you're going to be doing, do not always, I mean, I know I keep saying this. I think I've said this now through every single card reading. I'm pretty sure almost, especially as of late, self-care. It's needed. Like you can't avoid it, or you shouldn't. I'll say this, you shouldn't avoid it. I mean, it's you, and you know your body, you know your mind. So whatever pops in your head to do for yourself, do it. That's what you need. And usually if something like pops in your head like that, it's an intuitive hit, and or it's your guides, angels, your team nudging you in that direction. So, all right. Veil of illusion. Lift the veils of illusion, seeking truth beneath the surface to navigate through love and career authentically. Seek the truth. Embrace clarity as revelations unfold. Keep an open mind for answers. Illuminate the path to understanding. This literally does mean a relationship. But love, it, whether it's romantic or platonic, you have to be honest with yourself and realistic with yourself when it comes to relationships with other people. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. That's all I keep hearing. So I was waiting for something else that they might give me, but that was it. So those are those 2 cards. So that's that card. I don't know if I showed it or not. It's very pretty lace. And it's pink, just like the rose quartz. So look at that. Okay. I'm going to set that there for now. All right. This one is very fun. I like this deck. It's different. It has 2 sides. So let's say they have that side and that side. So I personally read both sides. because I just do. Okay. So this is what I haven't read this in a while. So the front side, the front of the card provokes a part of you that might need a gentle nudge in this energetic direction. Use the message on the back to sink in deeper into a powerful frequency, or reflect on your specific situation through meditation, journaling, or a simple pause. That's what they suggest. So here we go. Well, what do they want you to know? And I just want to tell you all, thank you so much for coming and listening. If you're still here, I know some people get tired of listening to very long card reads and others don't, but all right, here we go. I'm saying one more. I haven't flipped it yet. They're saying you gotta flip it. You gotta flip it. Okay. Oh, Ollie. Okay. All right. So here we go. I just saw that. I heard that Flavor Flav song. Here we go now. Here we go now. Hey. Okay. I'll stop. I digress. So, difficulty is expected in a journey to bring forth the queen that resides within. But I do not sit idly in the hardship. So money I have, strength. Oh, I read it backwards. I'm sorry. So, here's your card. There is no obstacle that can hold me back now. Difficulties is expected in my journey to bring forth the queen that resides within. But I do not sit idly in this hardship. Soul money, I have the strength to move confidently through this storm. Yes, you do. You're a very strong individual. You're much stronger than you know. And you have so many behind you that are helping, keeping you grounded, making sure that you're solid. Okay. So here is your card. Making money is easy when I create easy ways to make money. What avenues do I have in place for money to come through without requiring my energy? Huh. I just heard you sit with that one. Oh, okay. Yep. Manifesting. So yeah, so they're saying the best way to do it is to put out the ideas, and they will manifest on their own, is what they're saying. I got another coin. This one says, Money flows when I speak my truth with conviction. How would my life change if I constantly showed up as my higher self? So that's the way you present yourself in your day to day. Yep. Present yourself in your day to day. All right. All right. I am surrounding myself with those who strive. So there you go. This is all tying in together. I like when the cards, when I get cards from like all over and they kind of all hit together. I kind of enjoy that. I'm sure you do too. It's kind of fun. My inner circle is filled with those who genuinely believe in my power. I am so deeply inspired by the new levels they rise to themselves. Soul money. I see now that the right support is essential in order to make this climb. And so it's just a reminder to get around. Now listen, I'm not saying, the cards are saying for this. So this is specifically for your spiritual, your gifts, your abilities, like that. But what I'm getting at though is like under every circumstance do you want to be around like-minded people, because you want to be challenged in life. You want to be able to see situations in other people's shoes, like the miser, but that's not what that means. You're not a miser. Because that's where we get our most growth, right? When you have some resistance. And it will give you the opportunity to possibly help someone else see and change the way that they view a situation or a person, actually, is what I'm getting, a person. So, anywho, I am going to change this and show you. I'm trying to go up far enough. Oh boy, hold on. I gotta move. There we go. So, hopefully, you got something out of this. I really do appreciate you coming and letting me read for you. I hope that this resonates. If it was just, bits and pieces of it, just take what resonates, because when you're tapping into a collective, and it's also a possible future collective, you're bringing in everybody's energy. So not everything fits for everybody. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your week. And I will be back with like posting little things and whatnots. Thank you. Bye.